All right, so here we are. Here we go. I'm sorry, Pierce. I already set it up through OBS when you sent me the link. So hopefully you can at least type in the comments real quick. But man, this is a really fun Xfinity series slate, and I'm glad that we still have. Let me just make sure. I'm glad that we still have quite a bit of time before the slate locks because I need to pull a lot of my. I need to change a lot of my Timmy Hill lineups because that is unfortunate, man. And I went to walk the dog before this, and it's probably a good thing because I was going to come on here and just start complaining and moaning. Long story short, and I'll get to the picks in a second. But man, a lot of people complain about Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon being spoon fed, and um, those guys ruining racing. But man, you want to talk about Joe Graff Jr. buying a ride from Timmy Hill or from RSS like that? That's some BS, man. That's a 15th place car. That's the best car Timmy Hill's ever driven outside of his truck in the truck series, and Joe Graff Jr. bought the ride. That is absolutely unfortunate. Joe Graff Jr. is the worst driver in NASCAR. I think he finishes 30th, or I think he wrecks that car. And when Joe Graff Jr. crashes this car, I'm just going to be cheering like crazy because shame on you, RSS, for taking that money. We need to get Joe Graff Jr. out of the series. So I had 45% Timmy Hill before all that happened. I've cleared out most of the lineups. Like I said, we got plenty of time to still do that before the slate starts. But this is a slate to where I think I'm not chasing after place differential plays in the back. So at least this is my gun to my head where I'm going and what I want to do. But I think Jeffrey Earnhardt's a bad play. I'm not playing Gaze, not playing Jesse, not playing Josh Williams. I don't have any Kyle Sieg, don't have any Mason Massey. Brandon Brown, I would actually rather play him over Jeffrey Earnhardt. I have two lineups right now with Myatt Snider in there, but my takeaway from this race is I think a lot of people are going to chase the early place differential plays. I know Phil put out a tweet, which in my mind is I think that is how a lot of people are going to go. They're going to want to throw in Myatt Snider. They're going to want to throw in Brandon Brown. They're going to want to throw in Jeffrey Earnhardt. They're going to want to throw in Justin Allgaier, to where I think the place differential plays that personally I believe that you should be making are guys that are starting in the teens who have a top 8 upside, guys that I believe are going to finish inside the top 10. And so those guys for me are Justin Allgaier. I knew he'd be chalk, and I think Justin Allgaier is good chalk. I think Riley Herbst is good chalk as well. Ty Gibbs, you can argue if you project him to lead laps, if you project him to get the win. Personally, right now, I do not. I do not have Ty Gibbs getting a ton of laps led or fast laps. But I do have a lineup with Ty Gibbs in case that happens. Same thing with Josh Berry. But the place differential plays that I want to chase are not the guys starting in the back. It's Justin Allgaier. It's Riley Herbst. I currently have right now, Cole Custer is my favorite to win the race, but I have a Dominator projected for first. I got Cole Custer, I got Brandon Jones, I got Noah Gragson. So those four guys are the main guys that I'm interchanging in and out of a lot of lines. The main ownership right now is going to Cole Custer. I do have quite a bit of Brandon Jones. I do have quite a bit of Noah Gragson, but these are the guys. Oops. These are the guys that I'm chasing here. I absolutely love pairing three of these guys together in most lines, and it's pretty easy because when we're talking about the value range, removing Timmy Hill from that equation, there's very few plays in the cheap range that I want to play, and those guys right now are JJ Yaley and Bailey Curry as the main guys there. I think some people are going to go to Josh Williams. That car is laying down. In practice and qualifying, Josh Williams doesn't have the speed, so I'm removing him from the 6K range. Tommy Joe Martins and Kaz Gralla. I know Kaz Gralla is he's 7,400, but Tommy Joe Martins I just don't have projected to do very well, and so a lot of my ownership, especially now that Timmy Hill's out of the race, is probably going to center around JJ Yaley and Bailey Curry in the cheap range there. Let me see here. Let me see. When's we going? Oh yeah. So I did not watch Cup Series practice. I tuned in after Chastain's wreck because obviously the Discord's lighting up saying, hey, they're wrecking in practice, which I figured something bad would happen, but I just wanted to focus primarily on the Xfinity Series race and everything there. Make sure. I'm still getting tons of messages on Twitter and Discord. They're going crazy now, which is, I expected that. We'll talk about Cup Series tomorrow. I'm primarily just focusing on this. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I mean, so I have Gibbs. I gotta open. Hold on, I gotta open this on this tab so I don't accidentally show my projections on screen like a big dum-dum. I've done very well at never doing that. Let me see. I can get this to load. Yeah, so right now we'll talk about Ty Gibbs right now. I got Ty Gibbs projected for 7th right now. I got him for 45.75 points. I'm giving some fast laps, some laps led, but right now I just have him barely at a 4x return on value. I do have him in a lineup in case, or I think I have. Let me look real. I also haven't changed all the lines that I had Timmy Hill in. I think I had Ty Gibbs and Timmy Hill in a line. I will most likely pull Gibbs out of that, but I had Ty Gibbs in 2 lines at the moment. Just in the off chances that they do get up there. But the guys that I like to win this race, A. Allmendinger, Cole Custer, Brandon Jones. I do have Trevor Bayne in a line. Personally, I have him projected to finish 7th right now. Yet again, same play as Ty Gibbs in my opinion. Is I'm keeping Bayne in there, in a sense that he does get fast laps. He does finish in the top 4. I like Noah Gragson. I've been high on him this whole week. It showed in practice. I do have Austin Hill in a line. In 2 lines right now. I think Austin Hill runs in the top 10 the entire time, and I would actually rather play Austin Hill and hope I know they're 2 drastically different price tags, but I would much rather head to head. I would much rather have Austin Hill versus Ty Gibbs because I believe that they perform very similar today, and you get a gigantic discount off of Austin Hill. I think he's too cheap. I think Riley Herbst is going to run top 6 today. Especially when you look at the fact that how well he ran in 2020, and then you see Cole Custer running. It's a Stewart Haas car, and so Cole Custer clearly has the speed. Herbst just qualified poorly. That was a bad qualifying run. I see Herbst moving in, and I think Herbst is going to compete for the win as well. Obviously, Justin Allgaier starting 20th, he's going to compete for the win, and so those are the guys that I'm focusing on building around, and that's why I'm not really interested in people like Sam Mayer. Ryan Sieg, I have him projected for 31 points. I got Brett Moffitt for 36, so none of these guys are over 5x for me. I'm not chasing after, Jeb Burton or Anthony Alfredo. As I said, I'm not playing. I got a full fade on Jeffrey Earnhardt, and very few lines with Brandon Brown and Mike Snyder in them. Let's see. Between Gase and Weatherman, I like Weatherman more. They're still really, really disgusting. I think Matt Mills is disgusting as well. That's why I personally I think that's why I'm more upset that Timmy Hill lost the ride because I actively root for Timmy Hill, as you can pretty much tell from how I am. I think Timmy Hill is a really good racer. But secondly, I think Timmy Hill had a really good chance of being one of the best value plays on the slate. And we're moving that away from a race that I think, like I said, you're playing 2 guys from probably 65 or even probably lower. So probably 2 guys from $6,100 down in every line. You're removing Timmy Hill from that. It really just, at least in my opinion, it circles around Bailey Curry and JJ Yaley. I don't really like anybody else in the low value range. I would much rather try and get different up top with the remaining 4 drivers, trying to nail the guy who gets the win and laps led and things of that nature. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, I feel bad. Pierce wanted to join to jump on here before work, and I had already had everything set up for OBS. I probably could have done StreamYard. It probably wouldn't have taken that long. but I do apologize to Pierce for not doing it through StreamYard. I did not think he'd be able to hop on today. 2 Dominator max rate, and so this is why I'm with Pierce. The term Dominator is just stupid. I use lapped lead and fast laps, and so in a race where obviously just Allgaier can wreck, obviously Riley Herbst can wreck, but I fully believe that Justin Allgaier is optimal. So we're playing with 5 guys there. He's going to carry your place differential. That's going to be fine. I think there's a good chance Riley Herbst is optimal. So when we go back to talk about how I'm kind of designing between or building around 2 guys from 6,200 down or whatever I said earlier. So you build or you get 2 players from that range. What the hell am I doing? I should just type over here. So 2 guys from, let's see, we'll do 60. We'll open the pool because I'm sure you guys aren't as crazy as I am. So we got 2 guys from 6,500 down. Most likely, unless they wreck, which Allgaier can do, which yet again, I'm playing 10 lines. I might end up playing more. Not really sure. I don't think I need to. My heart wants to go 100% on Allgaier and Herbst. You know, my smart side of my brain is clearly making me hedge against that in case, you know, Allgaier or Herbst wreck. But I truly believe Allgaier and Herbst are optimal. So you get Allgaier and Herbst here. And so these guys are going to, why is everything freezing over here? What's going on, man? My keyboard died? My keyboard did die. There we go. All right, so we got Herbst here, if I can remember how to spell his name. And then, you know, your last 2 guys are your main Dominators. But that's gun to my head. Gregson and Custer are the 2 guys I want to focus on. But I'm spraying it out between A. Allmendinger, Cole Custer, Brandon Jones. Gregson even plays like Trevor Bayne, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry. But that's where I want to go. And so we'll go ahead and use the dreaded D word. Despite the fact I really do think you should just be going off a project. Like, the term Dominator just forces people to be like, the race winner, the guy who does this. But Noah Gragson can knock off 45 fast laps here, lead 20 laps, and be a Dominator, you know? So, and he might not even win the race. But this is the build that I believe is going to be optimal. That's where I would go to. So, and this is drastically different from the builds that are going to go, you know, Snyder. I do think people are going to play Earnhardt. I can spell his name correctly. Let's do it over here. We'll leave it like that. That's funny. That's what I think of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Brown, I think people play Brown. And so I think a lot of lineups are going to have, you know, those 3 guys, or people chasing place differential in a race where I think a lot of people do finish similar to where they start. Or, you know, I don't believe Brandon Brown is going to perform a 6x return. I have Brandon Brown at 5x value. I have Jeffrey Earnhardt at like a 4 or 7, somewhere around there. So they're right at that. I don't see them getting that bump to outperform guys that finish inside the top 10, or that guys that start inside the top 20 who finish in the top 10. I see them still bumping those guys out. So that's where I'm at right now. Let me see. Yes, I truly believe you can play Cole Custer and AJ Allmendinger together. I do have lines like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. Not change the subject, but why Xfinity qualifying times fast and top? What? Not to change. Not to change the subject, but why are Xfinity qualifying times faster than the Cup Series? Because the Cup Series is stupid. It's fake racing. Xfinity is the closest to real racing. That's how it is. I think Kyle Sieg I believe Kyle Sieg is not good. That's another reason why I'm pissed at the RSS play, because, you know, Kyle Sieg, you know, he's a young feller, you know, not a ton of experience, barely born before 9/11, April 16th, 2001. Which still blows my mind that people were born after 9/11. Anytime I meet somebody who's like, yeah, I was born in 2002, I'm like, wow, get away from me. You're weird. Um, we can't really look at the ARCA series, and this is where where has he had experience? Let's see, in the ARCA series with a place where Kyle Sieg would fall into a camp of having somewhat good money, despite the fact there's only like 12 cars in each race. But Kansas, 8th in ARCA, that's not good. 12th at Charlotte, that's not great. 5th in Michigan out of 20 cars, that's that's not amazing. 7th at Kansas, this is a point where you should be finishing better than that. When we look at his 2 starts in Xfinity, specifically last year, Dover, he crashed a 90 car. At Phoenix, the race I was at, just never got up. Started 18th, fell back to 27, never had the speed. I think Auto Club is going to be a very challenging track for Kyle Sieg, and I just don't believe that he does that. I don't believe Kyle Sieg is a good play at all. I would much rather play Ryan Sieg. I know Ryan is starting 14th. You can argue that he'll finish, 12th, 11th. I can open those arguments, but I don't like that price range that he's at. My builds don't necessarily lean to Ryan Sieg a ton. But yeah, that's where we're at there. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, Joe Graf Jr. is the fucking worst play on the fucking slate. The guy fucking sucks, dude. He sucks so much. It's really hard to not love this slate when I get to fade chalk Jeff Earnhardt but are people really playing Graf? Like, look, Graf, prove me wrong here. I think you're terrible. This is your best chance. You got a car that has top 15 speeds. Go out there and drive it. But I got Joe. If they, this is why I in times like this, I really don't care where DraftKings scores him. I'm pretty sure they'll score him from 18th. If he starts 18th, I got him for -1 points. If he starts, or if he scored from dead last, I got him for 17 points. That's where I'm at. But I think Graf is just terrible. So if people want to play him, by all means, go right ahead. I have a lot of lines right now with Curry and Yaley together. That's why I'm pissed that they took Hill out. Let's see. I do think that's another thing. So I think Justin Allgaier can be a second Dominator. I think Justin Allgaier can win the race and lead laps. That's why I just don't like the term Dominator. But yeah, so like that's how I look at it. Let's see. And Wes, I'm not like crazy. You just know how I am. I gotta come out here and rant. Have they wrecked again in practice? I frankly really don't care. Let me look. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. I think it's a personally, I believe the player pool was pretty small, but I'm being really aggressive in pulling ownership from a lot of the place differential plays in the back. That's just how I am. And so here, let's kind of finish this out. So these are situations where if you don't want to go Yaley or Bailey Curry, Vargas is interesting, but I only have him for like 27. I don't remember exactly, but in the top of my head, I got him finishing for like 27th and stuff. We're gonna keep very very low interest on Growell. I'm not playing Alfredo. I have no interest to Martins. I do like Bailey Curry, which I've already said that before. No Martins. I like Yaley. No Parsons. Weatherman is another guy. So the 4 dudes that I would target in this range would be Weatherman, Yaley, Curry, and 1, 2, 3. See, I keep forgetting Timmy Hill got taken out because I'm like, oh, there's 4. No, there's like 3. And Weatherman is, in my opinion, sketch. Not sketchy, but I didn't need that 5,500. I'm not playing Jeb. Certainly not playing Alex LeBay. Not playing Joe Graf Jr. for me. Didn't get to Moffitt. Didn't get to Buford. This is about where we're at here. Just kind of checking these guys in line. Not playing Creed. Like Self. Not playing Castle. This is what I think of a lot of plays here. I don't have Hamrick in a line. That is one guy I don't have. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's 19 guys in the pool, and that's me opening the pool up for the video. Most of my like in the optimizer, I think I have it at like 14 guys. That was the last time I ran, so it was just running there. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. Look, Graf could go out there and just show skill that I've never seen from him before. But if they want to play him, go right ahead. You got much Hemrick? I got him in a line. Let's see. Yeah, I'm fading Snyder, or not fading Snyder. I have him in 2 lineups right now. But if I was playing single entry, which maybe I should. Are there any good single entry lineups or not lineups? This may be too late. Let me just look real quick. This might be a really fun race. I wish I would have done it before, but they filled up. Let me see real quick. The 12 is still open. I'm assuming I don't know if they even had a 27 today. And the $4 single entry filled up. That 12 is interesting. Let's see. I just don't like the payout, man. I hate these payouts. That's all right. I think it is. I don't like this at all, man. 20% of the field being paid out. If you have a good line, you finish 20th at $60. Nothing to shake a stick at, but not bad. Are there any bigger ones? They have 100. Let me see if they have a 121. Is that still open? No, they don't. Yeah, I don't like getting single entries. If I was playing single entry today, I would not play Snyder. I would not play Earnhardt, and I would not play Brandon Brown. That's what I would get to. Or that's what I'd be at if I was playing single entry. Nothing's wrong with that, Wes. Yeah, payouts get worse every year. That's just how it is. Let's see. 145 until the slate is going. I'm gonna look through anything. I think I've pretty much touched everything. I really do think people overvalue the place differential plays in this race. A bit dead ringer for Kyle Busch. I guess so, man. I don't know. I feel like I got more in common with Keselowski. Not looks wise, but understanding. I like Keselowski, man. Trying to look through if I've touched on everything else. This is why I like the. I need to. I mean, I made this years ago, but I don't really use this anymore. But I think this is great for videos, not necessarily like on Patreon. That's why I use the heat. I need to check email real quick. Let me see if I get any more email or any Patreon messages or anything like that. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Quick 30-minute thing. Yeah, that's where we're at. So we'll kind of talk on the thing that I bring up, but I bring up every time we go to a 2-mile racetrack is, this is a place to where your speeds at the end of a straightaway is going to be determined by the equipment that you have. And so bad cars are going to struggle. They're going to fall off the pace. They're going to get lapped here. If you're in a slow car, you have really one turn to make passes, okay? And it's turn 1 and 2. Once you get down that straightaway, entering 3, and certainly on the next lap, you're running where you're going to run. If you didn't make any passes there, or if there's any faster cars behind you, they're going to get by you in the next few laps. And so that's why I'm so, I don't think harsh is the right word, but that's why I'm so, strict about a lot of guys finishing where they're starting. Because, like, let's talk about Alex Labay. Starting 19th. He's going to finish anywhere from 16th to 23rd. You can argue that that's a bit of a wider range, but that's where that car is. Jeb Burton moving up from 15th, or finishing, anywhere from like 19th to 14th, somewhere around there. Weatherman going to be running 19th to 25th. And so you get these ranges to where, yeah, sure, it's like 7 or ish positions. But when you actually put that in context of DraftKings points, a lot of these guys, are barely, in the low 30s, in the 20s, or certainly the guys back here, they're in the teens. Like, where's Joey Gay? Did you see the pace that Joey Gay's has? Like, Joey Gay's going to run 32nd in this race on like a good day. Jesse Iwuji, a guy that I just hammered down. You want to talk about bad? I think Joe Graff Jr., I apologize, Joe. I do apologize. I forgot Jesse Iwuji is in this race. Joe Graff Jr. is not the worst driver in this race. I completely forgot about that. Josh Williams, like I said, having speed issues in this car, even on a good day. Where is Josh Williams going to finish? 26th in this car. Not really blowing the socks off of anything. I think Kyle Sieg struggles. And the worst thing that I think Kyle Sieg could have here is a fast car, because that's where you get into trouble. Jeffrey Earnhardt, I have Jeffrey Earnhardt projected for finishing. Where you at? Good old Jeffrey. I got Jeffrey Earnhardt finishing 21st. Sounds like a great day for Jeffrey Earnhardt. I think I'm giving him a few fast laps or laps left, but I got him around 35 points. That's right at 5x. But, 6,800 for 5x there, where I would argue you can get 5x from Yaley, you can get 5x from Curry, you can even get it from, Weatherman, depending on how his race goes. I would much rather find that value play in the 5K range versus paying, 6,800 for Jeffrey Earnhardt. That's where we're at there. What kind of ownership do you I don't know. Let me look real quick. This is with a condensed pull in the optimizer. It has Brandon Brown and 17% with a lower with my player pool. So I'd imagine Brandon Brown comes in probably around 28, maybe. Probably 28 to 24%. That's what I'd give Brandon Brown at. Let's see. I think that's about where it's at. If you guys got any questions related to certain drivers, feel free to drop them in. And yeah, but that's really my approach. And this is a week, making the lineups again. Having practice back, having qualifying back. It was fun. I've had a lot of fun building the lines and looking into this race a lot ever since qualifying in it. And I haven't felt that much fun since before COVID. I love qualifying. I love building lineups like this versus having a whole week to determine where everybody's starting. So I'm having a lot of fun here. And let's see, yeah, been live for about 30 minutes. Probably gonna, like I said, wrap it up here if we don't get any questions or anything. Let's see. I appreciate everybody sharing this on Twitter and liking it. Certainly liking the video. If you ever watch a lot of my stuff, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, please like and subscribe, because I got monetized. That's really all I wanted. If you guys like videos, you're going to like them. If you dislike them, you're going to dislike them. I'm not going to preach along that. Who do you think will be the highest owner of the expensive guys? It's going to be Justin Allgaier. I think Justin Allgaier pushes over 50%. Yeah, Bain was top 2 in both 10 and 15 lap averages. Mainly the reason why I'm forcing him in lines, but he's when I line them all up in terms of where I like him, he's like my 7th favorite interest. So we got, not even in order, but you got Allgaier, Custer, Jones, Gregson, Herbst, Allgaier, Ty Gibbs. That would leave Trevor Bayne as my 8th highest interest. So yet again, that's more of me, being a guy who enters a lot of lines. Yeah, I'm playing a little bit of Trevor Bayne. Gun to my head, I'm hesitant on Trevor Bayne. Like I said, I'm worried he just kind of runs 7th all day. But that's where we're at there. Let's see. I think Alfredo is gonna run terrible. Not terrible, but I got Alfredo for. I got him finishing 22nd today. That's where I'm at. Even if we bumped him up to, what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's give him around 16th. What is that? That's around 36 points. And I'm mainly on that because look, we saw what Brett Moffitt can do, and I think Brett Moffitt has more talent than Jeb Burton. I think he has more talent than Anthony Alfredo. And that our motorsports car week in and week out was like at the peak, an 11th, 12th place car. That tire rub does worry me, to be honest. Not enough for me to be like, yeah, Alfredo's going to wreck, but you can't work on your car post qualifying. They're going to start the race with that car with the tire. They had a tire rub on the right side, and I don't know if it's when the car leans over, because I could have swore I saw other tire rubs coming out of 4 from a lot of the guys in the right rear, but I don't like Alfredo. What is more likely to, in your opinion, preferred to maintain or Jeffrey to get a top? Let me look. I got Buford finishing 17th. I got Jeffrey for 21st. So I guess technically are true. I think Jade maintains his position. I think Jeff Earnhardt finishes inside the top 25. Let's see. Gregson or Custer, single entry. Head-to-head, Custer. One last guy in. AJ or Noah? Noah Gregson. Barry top 5. Possible. That's a terrible answer. Josh Berry got him for 7th. Let's see. Alfredo, Burton, Gralla, Group, Owen, Bateman. Yeah, that's. I truly believe, like I'm staying out of the 7K range by just how my build. There was no real reason to. Like I didn't go out of my way of just being like I'm not playing a lot of guys in the 7s, but that's just how a lot of my builds went up, or went and everything. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. That'll give you guys plenty of time to run over, fix some lines. We got an hour and a half until the race starts. I need to be better with times and figuring out when I'm gonna go live and everything. But I will be live tomorrow. Hopefully Pierce can join me for a little bit there. I'll run that through StreamYard so you can join and everything. But yeah, that's where we're at. And so thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Best of luck. And yeah, let's hope Joe Graf Jr. wrecks. I would just love that. I would cheer to the moon and back if Graf completely wrecks. No problem, Jonathan. Thanks. I'm happy to be here and I make this stuff. Mayor, don't think I'm gonna play Mayor. I have Mayor for. I'll even tell you the projection I have for Mayor. I got Sam Mayer for 36 points. I got him finishing 10th. We can argue, he finishes 8th or 7th, but still, I don't see him getting 5x value. But that's where I'm at right with Sam. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Or actually in the Cup Series video. I gotta make Cup Series video in the Xfinity race. So we'll see you in